This is Carmen, and in this video I want to show you a journal that I've made, and yeah, okay, going to show you right away, otherwise it will take too long. I've used a vintage photo on as a topper. It's a nice lady with a beautiful dress, I think, in black, and yeah, I bind this journal with some sari silk, and on top of here there's a frame, and it has Tim Holtz paper in there, and the Tim Holtz stamps I used with collection and a number, and I glued it on top of the photo, and you can open it like this, and it's like a belly band all around the journal. Look, like this. I used some jute, this one on here, and I glued on top of their appliques, and yeah, I made it like a belly band. And yeah, on the inside I put a butterfly in here, and yeah, so you have some lovely thing to look at when you open it. So that's that. The lady is going on the side, and I've used some corrugated cardboard, and made it vintage, and with vintage photo, and I put, I think, some white paint on there and splattered it, and oh well. And I put some a doily on here, a vintage doily, some appliques on here, a butterfly that had a mustache, tiny doily here, and yeah, it looked like this. And on the inside it looked like this. I just printed some very thin paper and glued it on the inside, and it looks very old and distressed. And in here there's this lady I've got in my stash, a photo of her, and I made it in a digital, and you can tuck her under the butterfly like this. I love the color paper, blue. On the inside we have here a tuck space, and it says ordinary lives are extraordinary if you really see them. And this is a tag from Tim Holtz that I put in here. This one I made of papers, and it's different layers of papers, so you can tuck something in here and in here like this. And yeah, I put it in here, and on the other side there are tuck spaces too. It looks like this, and a tiny stamp of Juliana. That's the queen. Yeah. The first queen that I've known in my life. Yeah, she already died, but look how beautiful it is. On this side I put on this girl, and you can write on this side, and this is a printable that I had a mustache, and I made a tuck space cluster on here from all things I've got in yeah, how do you call it, in a box. I have all things that I don't use, and I throw everything in there, and then maybe I can use it again, and so I did. I put all the flowers on here and some some trim, leftovers of paper. This is a tiny piece of vintage lace. So, and this is a page that I've tucked in and made it into tuck spots, and it has a tiny paper, a vintage one, and yeah, put it in like this, and I put a bunch of butterfly on here. This is a tuck space that I've made from vintage papers and digital papers and a vintage handkerchief. This is Tim Holtz, tiny cluster over here, and this is an envelope with also a tiny piece of paper that's vintage, and you can tuck it in like this. And on the other side you can journal, and this is a cluster that Leonie, my crafty friend, made for me in the swap, and I've used this one on the only thing that I've changed was I made this hole with this key on here, and for the rest it's all hers. So I made it into a tuck spot, and I've used some music paper in there. On the other side here's a tiny bag with dried flowers, and I put this flower on here, and yeah, this is a paper bag that I've used, and I don't know if you can see it, but I did some embossing on there. I used a Tim Holtz paper cut, and this is what I've made myself, these tags. And in here there's a tag you can use. And on the other side I put on top of here this tag, and I've made this tag for the inside. So you can use this also to write something. This lady I tucked in some between some photo corners that I have. You can, for Dutch viewers, you can buy these at the HEMA and alter these. They look like, yeah, this. So you can maybe alter them with vintage photo, and then you can tuck something between. And now it's a mess, but oh well, you know what I mean. And on this side I made it into a pocket, and this one I've made myself, a ephemera card with a butterfly in there. And this is a digital that I have from ledger paper, and on the other side I made it into a pocket with these birds in there. And this is a bill, old bill that I have in my stash. Also turned it into a digital that I can use in my journals. And here you can write something down. This is a tag that I've made, and yeah, you can journal on the back. And this is also a tuck spot in here with some trim that I found in a thrift store. This is again a piece of the bill. This is an envelope from vellum that I had from SMA, and I tucked in a tag. This I made myself, this postal stamp, and again the back side of ledger paper. Here you can journal also, and you can tuck some things behind here if you want. And yeah, over here this postal stamp was made by Leonie, and I've used this. I love those. And I tucked in again some original paper, vintage paper. You can write something down on this, on there. I've made this one myself, and you can write something on here. It's the other tiny piece of the back that I also embossed in with another embossing folder from Tim Holtz, and I tucked in also vintage paper, and you can write something on there. Yeah, you may say, oh, that's a shame, you teared it up. No, I didn't. I bought it like this, and yeah, I thought I bought a bundle of bills and stuff, but she teared it all. They were all tiny pieces, so that's, yeah. But I used them like this. And this is a tag with memories. And from a digital kit, I put the birdie behind here, on top of here, and you didn't glue the top of the birdie, so you can tuck something under the bird. And music paper, that's vintage. This one I put on here, also from a digital kit. If I know which kit it is, I will put it in the description box below. This also from a digital kit. I don't know, but I will look it up. And on this side I have a cluster that you can wrap around. I don't know how it's called, but I know I've seen it somewhere, but it's too long ago and I don't know. I can't remember who did this, who invented this. But yeah, you can tuck it over your page, and I embellished it with some flowers, some tiny beads, a button, a postal stamp, heart, and yeah, on music paper. And on the other side it looks like this, also postal stamps, yeah, tiny frame, a flower from Tim Holtz, I think, and yeah, a cluster of yeah, some wool and flowers, and a tiny leftover that I had from my paper, old paper. So yeah, I thought that was very cute. And this is another piece of the paper that I also made in a tuck space, and it has a original bill from the Netherlands from 1929. And then yeah, this piece on here, and I made it into again a tuck spot, and with paper, digital also. And this one I've got applique from Patricia a long time ago. And this is another side of the tuck spot that I made, or the pockets that I've made from newspaper. Put this in here and this in here, and I stamped it with "Life is a collection of moments." And on the back side it looks like this, and yeah, with a card in here, calendar card, and then I've put in here a cluster of trim, and I put this lovely leaf on there that I had. It was on a present from Loes, so thank you, Loes, and I put it in this journal. And on the back is this one. It says "Right," and then we have this, and then we're done. So yeah, this is for me a very crunchy one. And I like doing this. So it the band with the photo is going on top of here, and then you can, if it's possible, Not now, no. Always when you want something, it doesn't work. But now it will. Now it will. Yeah. So, made a bow. Make a bow, and then it's done. And yeah, I think I've used the lady in a nice way, and so you will see her all the time on the front of her journal. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and until the next video, bye bye.